start class, lay down onto the roller, lengthways down your spine. For your favorite, for me as well as for you. So the tail is at the end of the roller, and you can roll yourself back. Bring them gently, just make sure that the skull, at least the base of the skull, is supported. Feet pretty narrow, 4 to 5 inches apart, slightly in front of your knees. And the arms extend out to the side, palms to the ceiling. And just drape your shoulder blades down around the curve of the roller to open up your chest. And then just shift your weight a little bit to the right, to the left, go back and forth. And picture your body wrapping around the curve, tilting to one side, and then tipping and tilting to the other. Your body like a saddle slipping off the pony. But of course, don't fall to the ground. So we're not far. So anyway, enjoy the massage here between the shoulder blades, the shift in weight in your feet, the stretch across the shoulder and the top of the arm. And then come back to center. Pause, balance. And now we inhale to hug the arms over your chest. Inhale, only embrace. And exhale, a little release out and then down. So the scapula gradually slide in towards your roller, towards the spine. And then as you widen the arms and lift them, the blades broaden and drop towards the floor. Go ahead and reach the arms out to the side. Hug the roller underneath you. And then as you inhale, hug the air above you. Like your heads are magnets that don't want to be separated. And then don't want to come together. So reach the chest open, feel it broaden, feel it stretch, and then inhale, lift. To the back, and do the same thing. And one more, opening it out and down. Now we lift the arms and bring them vertical, straight elbows, straight wrists. Just exhale and release the shoulder blades towards the floor. Inhale, the arms shorten up. Lift the blades and exhale and sink the blades. The arms follow towards the ground. Arms stay here in perfect symmetry as you lift them high and then sink them low. Exhaling. Shrug the shoulders up, following the hands into the ceiling above you. And exhale and breathe out. And as the belly sinks deep, the shoulder blades sink also. We do that again. The whole body expands, the arms lift. And the body lifts together towards your central axis as the blades lower. Let's rise again. And then exhale and melt towards the ground. Now as you inhale, palms are forward, and exhale, glide the arms down your side. Now inhale to lift the arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, bring the arms back by your ears. Then reversing, the arms reach up, and then all the way forward and long. So the neck lengthen as the arms reach for the end of your mat. Gliding up through the air, push it aside, rest into the air, and then you bring the arms forward, and exhale and down. Join 2 beautiful arcs in the air, go up to the apex, and then back down. Just keep the abs a little engaged, you're not overarching the spine here. And then you glide the arms forward and exhale all the way down. And we say that because once you lift the arms, when they're vertical, you would sink the blades a little, and then as the arms go back, slide the blades towards your hips. Keep the abs slightly engaged so that there's no additional arch in the spine, and that way you will get a stretch in your legs. We'll do one more. You can probably feel it if you take the arms all the way back to the back of the head from the ground. The back arches, and what that means is the back of your body is shortening here. And then lift the arms, anchor the ribs down, because we just went into extension, now we're coming back to a neutral spine, and all the way forward. So next, bring your hands to your shoulders, pull the elbows in by your waist. We scoop the elbows up, exhale out, around, down, and in. Draw beautiful little circles here in the air with your elbow points. You can mobilize the shoulder blades on top of the roller and underneath your rib cage. Really shrug them, get a lot of mobility here to ease and release tension in the neck and also in the upper back. Do one more short inhale, long exhale, complete the circle. And then let's reverse. Elbows go down and wide, behind you, forward, up, and around through center. And breathe in completely, but short and deep, and then exhale nice and slow. Use the breath to relax the nervous system also, as well as how we usually use it to support the movement that we're doing. And one more circle. And now we extend the arms forward, lengthen the fingertips down your mat. And we inhale, lift the arms and knees, sit up and back by the ears on the inhale. Exhale, wide rounded forward. Palms to the ceiling until you turn the palms down. You reach the arms up and then back. And circle wide around here. Palms down and reach again. Stretch it behind you, circle forward and around. Palms down and lift again. Exhale, sweep wide, circle, bring the hands at your side, parallel to your roller. One more, up and back. Exhale completely, let the air just slip out of your lungs, out of your mouth, and then the palms are down. Bring the arms up for diamond arms, thumbs together, index fingers together. Wrists straight, so the hands are in line with the forearms. And we swing the shape back over your face, framing your face in an imaginary picture frame. And then exhale, float the shape forward over your belly. So you can picture the collarbones rolling backwards, take the arms backwards here over your head. And then exhale, picture the collarbones rotating around their axis. They roll forward and the arms go forward too. So reach it back here. And exhale forward again. We'll do one more, maintaining a little bit of light pressure from one arm, one hand into the other to firm up the muscles on the inside of your arms as you work the skin. And then we'll go ahead, arms at your side, and slide off the roller. We'll take it across the mat and under your hips now. Put your leg in the back, bridge up, and roll the roller under your sacrum. Pretty much the widest part of your hips is another way to think about it. And then you hold the roller so it doesn't move forward. Once you lift the legs, inhale to pick up the right leg, exhale to pick up the left. And we just start with some knee sways, letting the knees fall to the right and look to the left. Keep the left shoulder blade down. Exhale. Work your obliques to pull the left hip down. Moving the knees up to the ceiling, and then you're pulling the right hip up and across the center of the body. While you pull the right shoulder blade down. You press into the roller as you start that work of moving the hips and moving the legs from one side to the other. And you should be able to feel the difference between just lifting the knees to move the center or moving the center to move the legs, right? So try it both ways. I can even think with the legs to the left, you're picking up the left hip bone and dragging it across to the right to bring the knees to the right. And then we can pull the right hip bone pressed up. Doing that work in the deep oblique abdominals here, and then take it over to the side, shoulder blade heavy. One more time, put back to center. And then we just lift the legs up to the ceiling for scissors. And enjoy a nice stretch of the hamstring as the leg is back, and a little stretch across the hip as the other leg is forward. So inhale, you lift to the sky, you reach out into this arc with your legs, drawing two parallel movements here. Legs are moving reciprocally, so they start at the same time, they work in opposite directions. Keep the tracking of your legs like really specific, really precise, so that the legs stay in their own alignment, matching up to the width of your hip sockets. Energy pours out of the feet. And then we'll end, bring both legs up to the ceiling, exhale, rotate, and pull the legs apart. Side splits, and exhale, pull the upper thighs together to pull the heels together too. So we open here, and exhale to close. Try to go a little slower rather than fast, right? Because if you just drop the legs into gravity and then just use momentum to pull them up, you'll lose some of the work. So take your time, kind of resist the intention of the leg to drop as quickly as it can, and then pull it up, take your time, and feel the work in the muscles to the inner thighs. Let's do that again, both legs apart, let them across the ceiling, down the walls, and then lift them, and then pull them back to center. Now the left leg stays where it is, and you rotate and take the right leg out to the side, holding the left side grounded. Really press into your arms, supporting yourself on the ground, and then coming on up. And then the right leg is vertical, the left leg moves. It will want to sort of drift out to the right as a counterbalance for this movement. Resist that temptation, hold it vertical. And here we go for the right leg, opening it slowly, stretching it out away from the other one. Then press the arms, pull down through the abdominals and lift the leg. Take your time. One more to the left. The right side is heavy here as the left leg drifts sideways and away. Exhale and bring it back up. Now fold the knees into your chest. We'll do a bicycle, so the right leg goes up, out and forward and down, and the left leg reaches as the right leg returns. You do this in parallel. And see if you can find enough length across your hips. Only if it's comfortable for you, but try to get your toes to touch the floor and in across your mat. And also, once you bring the knee in close to your chest, see how low you can stay with that leg while you extend it up and back over your shoulder. So gradually working into a bigger circle, a bigger arc here through the air. And then let's reverse and back pedal. Take one leg out, pull it in as the other leg slides forward. Measure your foot's on ice and it skates forward and then lifts. And then we'll bring both legs up to the ceiling. Bend your knees into your chest and lower the feet down. Press your feet into the mat. We lift the hips at the bridge and slide the roller out underneath you. All right, and so here we're rolling up to sitting. Let's send the legs forward, the arms back. Lift the arms, weight at the shoulder blades, start to lift your head, neck, chest, exhale, and then over. Take a little stretch here. And pull the chest back, lengthen out through your heels, and suck the waist back to get that stretch in the back line of your back. And now from here, release the feet. We're rolling back into your upper curl to get ready for the knees. So you can fold the legs in, lift them up, arms lengthen at your side, and start pumping the arms. You're in that deep upper up curl as much as you can be, right? But keep the upper shoulders off the mat. Have the tips of the blades connected. You need to rest your head, you can always pump it up, or you pump your shoulders up on the ball. But bring more vertical with the neck, which will be helpful. As you stay here, gradually test where you want the legs to be. So you get as much work in the low abs as you're finding in the upper abdominals. You're going to reach actively here across the room. Collarbones wide. Help drop the shoulders back just a little bit so the chest stays in. Really arching here. Reach as far forward as you can with the fingertips and use that reach to pull yourself up a little deeper into the upper curl. We'll go for one more breath. Exhale completely, let the belly sink in towards your spine. And then you can fold the knees in and lay it back. Just turn your head easy from side to side, releasing the neck. Giving your eyes something else to look at besides the navel. All right, now we extend the legs forward. And we are going to move into your roll up. Option to use hand weights, ankle weights, theraband. Legs are together in all cases, and you reach the arms up and then maybe back if you're not using the band. Lift the arms, start to lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale, try to pull the waist back, and then it pulls the body forward. Diving over in a C shape here. Ears between arms. And then we'll start to bring it back. So roll back here. The pelvic bone rotates around the fingerheads. You curve your back into the ground. Take your time and try to input every inch of your spine. When the ribs touch, you can flatten the tail towards the ground. And then yawn your body open. Reach out long through your fingers and your feet. And we're lifting again. Exhale before you need the help. And then dive over here. Get your arms around your waist, pulling your waist back as you reach out with your head, out with your feet, out with your fingertips. Shoulders still melt behind you. And we dig the heels into the ground. Curve the tail up between the legs. The arms at whatever level works for your body so you have perfect control on the way down. And we rise again. It goes up, forward, and around. Your gaze stays in towards your center. Curve your body here in an arc. You would push you on the side. And then roll it back. Option to take the arms higher as you roll back. And then lower them as you need to. If you feel like you're accelerating movement and not imprinting your spine into the mat sequentially. And now you're going to circle the arms around. And we'll go into a rollover. So bend your knees into your chest. I'm just thinking I haven't worn the shirt without the jacket, so I'm tucking it in. And arms here, fold the knees into your chest, extend the legs up to the ceiling. Arms press down, you can reach the legs forward. And then bring the legs up and over, push the arms, come up. We're thinking about the legs being parallel to the ground. Open the legs, flex the feet, and as you press into the inner arm, the shoulders can lift a little bit so you have mobility through the upper vertebra. Come down, stretch the legs forward, point the feet, close, and we lift again. Press through the arms, you push through the palms, coming up and over here. Open flex, remember your gaze is up and back slightly. Try to bring the legs closer to your torso as you roll down for a bigger stretch through the back line of your body. And of course, you are welcome to use a roller here under your hips while you build your strength into this kind of shoulder stand exercise. We press into the ground, you lift, it's inhale and exhale to come up, curve the spine. You never turn your head to the side while your hips are in the air like this. And you balance on your shoulders, flex the feet open, try to curl the toes into the kneecaps. And resist gravity, push your arms into the ground so you have more control from your legs. And then we stretch the legs forward, point, close, and open. Do 3 more, going over this time with the legs apart. Rising here, close flex, and down you go. Lengthening out through the heels like they're stuck on the wall behind you. Push the mat away, sometimes that helps you find a little more control. And apart, going up and over. Lift the tail, not just the legs. You don't want to collapse into the front line of your body. Flex and bring it down. And we do 1 more. If you want to. And then you press lift, tail high, and then it wraps back over your head. Close the legs, flex the feet, and lift the spine to the ground. We're coming down into an exercise called tree. So you may want to just lower the left leg, leave the right leg up. If you typically would use a TheraBand for this exercise, grab it now, or also ankle weights. So here we come, lifting the head, looking at your midline, bring the left hand to the back of the thigh, and pull yourself up. If the leg is too vertical, you won't be able to lift. So drop it to the angle that works for you. It's exactly like that. And then you come upright, try to widen the chest, sit tall. And then you look down at the top, look into your abs, and then reach the legs away from you. The hands walk down the leg, pushing the muscles up towards the foot, try to lengthen the leg. As you come down to the ground and look at the chest. We lift again. Lift the inside of the leg as you rise. Yes, we're doing good. Just lower the leg a little bit more, because otherwise you won't get up. No, it can't. That's good, right? And then here, try to sit on your sits bones, be as vertical as possible. Bend the knee if you need to a little bit, and now we're going back down. So you suck the belly back into the spinal curve. You work your way down, one vertebra after the other. Arms stretch at your side. We're going up one more time here. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Left hand across the back of the right leg. You want to feel you're pushing the leg into the hands, you're pulling the hands up into the leg. Sit upright, elbow high. And now inhale, bend the elbows, lift the leg a little closer to your body, and exhale, reach it out. You pick it up, and exhale, and release. Go ahead and allow, if your hamstrings are tight, allow your knee to bend a little bit. You want to feel the stretch in the belly of the muscle. So now you lift the leg, you can extend the arms or walk the hands down your leg. Hold the leg in position, make it longer as you work your spine down to the floor. And then once we're down, we're going to scissor switch the legs. So lift the right leg high and then switch, right leg down, left leg up. Lower that left leg out at approximately the level of the right leg. And here we come up again. So you lift your head, you lift down your midline, you bring the right hand across the back of the thigh, pull yourself up. You're going to use your abs, you're going to use your hip flexors. You're going to sit up tall. And then tuck, start the movement, look down your midline. Keep pressing the leg longer as you work your spine down here into the ground. Very good. And then all the way down. And we lift again. So this exercise, it's very difficult if you just started Pilates. So, definitely use ankle weights if you're having trouble keeping your extended leg on the mat grounded. And now we're coming down. All the way down, arms stretch at your side. Feel the neck elongate, relax and stretch. And then we lift one more time, coming up. Chin to chest first, pull yourself up. The whole body works. There's no shame in that. In fact, that's what we want. And now here, we lift the leg up, hold the leg high, and exhale, release it away. Shoulders are relaxed on your back, the collarbones wide, tuck in a nice broad chest and easy shoulders. And then we lift the leg, hold it in the air, either release the arms and imagine holding something between them, or walk your hands down your leg. You stretch both legs away from the pelvic girdle as you curve your body down. Reminds you of teaser, right? It is one of the exercises that help you with that. And then lift the leg up. Let's pull both knees into your chest. Just embrace them in. And do a few little knee stirs. So circling the knees here. And then we'll reverse the circles. We'll grab the bare band so we can enjoy the stretches in the legs in the single leg circles. And then place the center of the band on the right foot. The leg extends up, the elbows pull forward and down, the left leg down the mat. And go for the stretch. And then release slightly out of it, soft point with the foot. Inhale the leg across the center, right leg to the left, exhale, bring it low, out to the side, around it, up to the ceiling. And reach here and circle. Leg rotates internally as it crosses, externally as it pulls out to your side. Again, short breath in and a long breath out. And you stretch the leg as far as you can in all directions, but at the same time not giving up the stability of your body on the mat. Just go for one last one. Keep spiraling that foot further and further out into space. You come to the top. Lengthen, and reverse. Actually rotate and reach to the right, go low across the body and drag the leg up to the ceiling. Let's do that again. Circling here, do a beautiful circle or really an oval in the air above you. Try to feel the stretch to the inner thigh, to the outer thigh, and up into the hamstrings. Let's go for one last one. Pivoting here from the elbow, maintaining the upper arm stable at your side. And then we'll take the edge of the band in the right hand, rotate the leg and the right leg goes out to the side. And you rock the leg a little bit here while holding the left side heavy. You should again be feeling this in the obliques as you work to keep the pelvis and the torso grounded. So we inhale, lift the leg up, switch hands. Left hand holds the strap now, extend the right arm and bring the leg across the body, stretch out through your fingers, through your feet. And then rotate the leg internally here. Do a little bit more stretch directly across the glute into that sacral area. And then you can always check and pull the leg a little closer to your shoulder. Exhale, unwind from your left shoulder, diagonally across to the right glute. And then pull the leg up. One more hamstring stretch. And fold the knee into your chest. And mix it in. Stretch the other leg down the wall. And then release your right leg. Shake out those legs. So a really definite drop to the right side of your body. And a little bit external rotation through the right leg. So here we go for the left side. Pull the knee in and take the center of the band around the foot. We lift the leg up, anchor the elbows down and forward. Move your shoulder blades away from your ears and do a little bit of a hamstring stretch now too. And then soft point and the circle. Inhale, left leg moves across to the right. Left hip stays down, the right side is grounded and steady as you bring the leg way out to the left and up to the sky. Notice where you feel the stretch and where you feel like you really need to focus on anchoring the center of your body to the mat. It's a little bit of a weight shift, is a helpful way to think about it. You could also use some imagery, like thinking of the left side, glued to the mat, bolted to the floor, a heavy weight on top of you, whichever part you need to stabilize during this movement of the leg. And we'll go for one more circle. Keep reaching out into the band. Try to stretch it to whatever length you're able to. And now reverse, out to the side, and then forward around. Pivot from the elbows, sweep the leg from the hip joint. Hold your stability on the opposite side of the body from the path of the leg. And reach again. So I know we love to feel the stretch, but we also want to feel the strength and the stabilization. One last one. Breathe out completely all the way around. That long exhale sort of challenges your ability to engage the lower abs. And here we hold the band with the left hand and take the left leg out to the side. Rotate a little bit to the right and really drop your right hip into the mat. Pull the left leg back and then rock it here gently towards your shoulder and away. Nothing violent, nice and easy. Exhale, pull the leg up, switch hands, and cross the leg over. Extend your left arm, look down at the fingertips, and spiral the body off the ground, holding the shoulder blade down on the left side. And then you pull the leg towards your shoulder, you rotate it internally. Increase the diagonal stretch across the glute here into the low back. And exhale, unwind the body to lift the foot up to the ceiling. One more little tug. And then fold the knee in. And the bag comes up to the side. All right, let's stretch the left leg forward. Shake it out. Feels so different from the last time we did that, right? You always want to notice what your work has accomplished. Your body remembers this. So here we go. Pull the right knee in, lift the left leg up to the ceiling, and we rock forward and up, chin to chest, move forward and up, sitting near the front of your mat, we're rolling with the ball. Easier, of course, with the hands to the thighs, more difficult with hands to the shins. So curl the tail up, balance on your sacrum, elbows go wide forward, and then inhale, we roll to the shoulder blades, go back here, and exhale, forward to lift. Take it back here. You need to be sure you have enough padding under your back. So this works for you. Knees fixed on the navel. Lift the tail in the air, pull forward and bring the shoulders over the hips. Let's do one more like that. All right, and then we are moving into the ab series. So right hand to the right ankle, left hand to the right knee. Pick up the leg. You can extend the left leg forward, push up with the shin, and try to control your descent down into your best upper curl. Pull the knee in tight, elbows wide. Inhale, we switch the leg. And exhale, switch again. Remember, it's always outside hand to the ankle, so left ankle, right ankle. And as you push down with the hand, you push up with the shin. So you get a little bit more work into the shoulder girdle and the abs. Do one more set. Pull the left leg in, leave it there, pull the right leg in to meet it, one hand to each shin. So recommit to your upper curl, inhale, arms and legs lift to the sky, circle the arms wide, embrace the legs in, move your toes out of the way, and then inhale, you can start to reach into a wider stretch, or open stretch, and then embrace. Just be sure that if you take the arms back by your ears, you're not falling out of your upper curl. Try to maintain that work in the upper abdominals. So reach and lengthen through fingers and toes. Pull everything together, looking down. One more. Enjoy the stretch and then pull it in tight. Rest your hip down. Turn your head easy side to side. So here, we're coming up to your upper ab curl. Extend the right leg up, left leg forward. Push the right leg a little bit away from you to come up into a deeper curve. Hold that curve as you release the right leg and bring the left leg towards the hands. And we switch. And switch again. Reach up as high on the leg as you can and pull it in gently. You're going to feel that work in the front line of the body, the abdominal line, the rectus line. And keep that pull tight here, no matter what's going on with the legs. We'll do one more set. Good. Stretch, leg goes up, both legs up, hands behind the head. Pull the head up, elbows down and in. Double leg, lower leg. So just press the legs together and reach out. You're paying out the psoas, your deep hip flexors, you're pressing your waistline to the ground. Exhale and pull it up. To do this correctly, it won't necessarily be big, but it should be intense. Reach away, exhale. As the legs move down, there should be no arching of the spine. It might move from flexion to more of a neutral position, but you definitely don't want it to feel like it's going to bother or hurt your back. Remember, you're having a third of your body weight tipping away from your spine, supported by muscles that connect to every vertebra and go back. So we lift, and now we twist to the right. Come up and around, and then twist to the left. Armpit towards the inner leg. Try to work to keep pelvis grounded here on the opposite side in particular. Stretch legs straight out of the socket. Really should still be tracking right out of the hip. We'll do one more set. Go up and around. The upper curl plus rotation, and then lay everything down. Oh, hopefully that felt wonderful, and it also feels wonderful to stop. So extend the legs long and stretch the arms back. Just open up your front line. And then legs together, lift the arms, anchor the shoulder blades, and we're coming up. Exhale, open the legs, ready for spine stretch. Elevate your hips if you have a tight back line, back the legs, go back, whatever. Or just soften your knees if that's enough. So we press down through the arms, reach up through your halo, look down with your nose, chin to chest. The The back of the skull reaches out, over, and down as you curve the body forward. Draw the arc through the air as you dive your head down between your knees. And then press your heels and your sits bones. You set the back up from the wall from the bottom to the top. Lift the collarbones wide as you come up and look at the horizon. Looking down. Feel the weight of the head move the neck first, then the upper back, then the mid back, and lastly the low back, but you're also pulling back at the waist here. You're trying to find a C-shaped spine, and then press through the legs and flow up. You're going to feel the belly gradually lengthen, like you're rolling it all up the front of the belly and the chest. One more time. The flex will give you more stretch to the back line of your legs. Hold your way down here. Watch how the shoulders are being pulled forward by the arms. They're more carried by the movement of the spine. And then articulate all the way up. Chest widens as you lift to vertical. Last one to go over and transition to open leg, balance, and rock. Waist pulls back, hold on to your feet, your ankles, whatever. Get a deeper stretch in the back line of your legs and your lower back. And then we're coming forward probably to sit near the front of your mat. So open leg balance, hands inside the legs, curl the tail up to lift your feet. And we inhale and extend the leg up to the ceiling, stretch the back line of the leg, and exhale, pull it back down. Now the left. Reach here. The hand rotates a little to the outside of the leg. The arms stay inside the knees. Reach it up again. Good job. And down. And now for the left. This one stretches your body will take. Now both legs. Hold your balance. And pull the legs back in. We'll do that again. Let's again, spiral a little to the outside, maybe a little bit lower on the calf towards the knee. And then pull it back. Now the next time we take it up, we get ready to roll. So you lift, you suck the waist back, curl the tail up, and lift the tail and roll your shoulder blades. Exhale, forward and up to your balance point, and go back again. Tail in the air, and then bring shoulders over the hips. Rolling back, and forward, and then just one more. And forward. Close the legs. Reach the arms up. There's your practice for teacher later on. And you can bring your hands to your legs or leave them free in the air as you curl the tail up and inhale that low back down. Down to the ground and lift the legs vertically. So press the arms into the ground. You can also use the TheraBand around your feet for this. And we circle legs first to the right, around to the left, and up to the ceiling. So this is a reasonably small circle. We're thinking about keeping the hips rounded. You will feel a weight shift around your SI joints. Just do a couple of sets of these. So inhale over to the right, circle around. You don't want to overpoint the toes. You're reaching a little bit more through the center of the balls of the feet, the third metatarsal there. And we'll do one more circle here. Ending going from left to right. Okay, and then we can fold the knees in and extend the legs forward. And bring the arms up and back, stretch. We're going to come on up into your song. So lift the arms here, come up, hip and chest, open the legs, open the arms out to the side. And we'll rotate to the right and dive over, stretch the arms in length in opposition. Pull your body upright, center here, toe, twist and dive. Come upright, and then float high to the ceiling, that's your longest spine here. And then you go over, anchoring down to the opposite sits bone, drill it into the floor. Lift to come up, center, twist out and reach. Ideally, wrists are straight. And the energy flows out of it, fingertips in opposite directions. Come up to center, lower the arms, close the legs, and flip over onto your stomach here for swan. So legs reach out long. You'll have your chest on the ground, head will float up a little bit, elbows back by the armpit. So first, push the mat toward the floor, scoop the air with the back of your neck, pick up, pushing with the arms, and trying to work into your back muscles. And then release it back down. So lengthen the back as you shorten the abdominals. The feet stay grounded, you go back to the heel of the hand. You lift, legs knit together behind you, collarbones open, gaze is up, and the gaze stays up as you lower. When your gaze gets to the floor, bring it in over the floor and onto your mat. One more time to rise. And then come out of the swan. If someone's rolling a bowling ball up your back to lower you gently down. And then push into the arms, up, sit back in a child's pose, round your back, stretch that out. And then we slide forward onto the forearms for single leg. Push, pull back with the elbows, forward and up with the chest, up with the eyes. The base of the pelvis is rounded. And we take right and 1, 2, and lower down, and left plus 1, 2, and exhale down. Double beat, stretch out your quad. You guys feel that stretch? And you're really pressing the pelvis into the mat. Imagine it filled with concrete, wet sand, whatever feels heavy to you. And so you stabilize there, so there's no rocking and bucking of the hips up and down off the ground. This will also get more stable as you develop more open flexors. And this is one of the exercises that helps you get there. Last time for the left. All right, lay it down, turn your head to the right. Hands will overlap on your back. Elbows will drop. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, 3 beats of both legs. Pulse 1, 2, 3. There's that quad stretch again. The legs to the ground. You bring the arms back. Now, initially, you just have the hands either palms up or palms in. As you lift the chest, go down, turn to the left, let the elbows fall, and pump again. 1, 2, 3. Feet to the ground. Keep them there. As you get more open, you intertwine the thumbs. Keep the wrists straight as you slide the hands back towards your heels. And then down you go to the right. Let the air out of the lungs with every beat. You turn your head, you rise. So there's your cobra, there's your swan. And down to look left. Last set. And up we go. And then hands to the shoulders. Push off, another child's pose now. Then we'll stack the spine bottom to top. Turn it over for shoulder bridge. Now ball between the thighs or yoga block between the thighs can help you with staying out of your hamstrings. So that's an option. We roll down, curve your body into the mat, and control the way down. And then your feet a comfortable distance from your sits bones, arms lengthened at your side. So from here, again, begin with the pelvic tuck. Typically in Pilates, we're looking to move from one edge of the spine to the other. So we curl the tail up and push the knees and the tail forward. Coming up, getting the support from the glutes, from the back of the arms, from your feet, and especially the inner edges of your feet. Don't let your knees flail open. And then we come down, letting the arms roll slightly inward, so the shoulders rise. You let your spine move down between the scapula, and then roll through the spine all the way to the end. The pelvis rocks. Give yourself a little arch in the back. And then we press to the ground. We're coming up. Stay here, squeeze the ball if you have it. We're doing knee extension. So keep the thighs parallel, extend the right leg, bend the knee, slide that foot back under. Hold the hips up, extend the left leg, bend the knee, slide the foot under, lift the hip if it's dropped. We'll do another set. So extend the leg, reach out, the angle of the shin, follow the angle of the thigh, slide the foot under, press to the arms, push to the standing leg, and then bring that leg down. Now boost the hips up a little higher, roll to the inner arms, and work your way all the way down. If you have a ball or a block between your thighs, take it out and go up for one set of kicks. So rock the pelvis forward, lift the tail, round the back into the mat, and then propel the hips forward as you lift them. Then from here, stand on the inside of your left foot, pull the right knee into your chest, extend the foot up to the ceiling. Point the foot to lower the leg down, flex the foot to lift it up. Point and lengthen out and lower, flex to lift. One more. Every lift of the foot helps you lift the hip on that side. And then point the foot, bend the knee, lift the knee to lift the pelvic cap, lower the foot down, stand in both feet, square off your hips. And now we stand in the right foot, pull the left knee in, lift the foot up to the ceiling. Point to go down, flex the foot and lift, reach up with the heel to the sky. Point and lengthen it away, flex and lift it. The arms are active too. Reach out long. Over the left side of the body is cantilevered off the right. There's muscles that hold it on a diagonal. Bend the knee, lower the foot, pelvis level, roll to the inner arms, and now work your spine down, drape your body into the ground. We come all the way down at the tailbone, and then we come up to sitting or spine twist. So roll forward and up. Extend the legs here. And sit up tall, elevate your hips as necessary. So arms out to the side, reach long through your fingertips like your plates are just flying out of your body into the room. And rotate to the right. Spin 1, 2, 3. Lift to center and then to the left. Try to keep the feet in position and get up against the wall. Good. As you rotate, very good. Keeping the arms about 170 degrees away from each other across the front of the body. Don't let them get any closer. Because without throwing yourselves around with our arms, pulling yourselves around with our obliques. And here's the left. And lower the arms down. We'll skip jackknife since we did rollover earlier. And we're moving forward into our teasers. So we'll start at the top. So bend your knees. Let's actually use the bare bed for the first few and then abandon it if you wish. So bed goes around double feet. Roll the tail up, suck the waist back. Your balance on your sacrum, lift your feet up. And here the elbows can go wide. You can check up on the band as you need to. So first, hold the position with your torso and stretch the legs a little bit forward and out. Or all the way out, and then you pull it back. Don't let your body fall backwards. Hold it there from hip flexors. Like that. We're going to keep a rounded curved spine. Your spine should be in the shape of a J. So the tail is pulled up and the waist is pulled back. We'll do one more like this. Reach out. Exhale, pull it back. Lower the heels, open the knees, keep tension on the band and let forward. Step the spine coming up. And again, rock back onto your sacrum, feet in the air. This is also great to practice at home with your feet against the wall. And now you curve the tail up to the shape of the back with the lower back with the hips, back a little with the waist, and then pull yourself up. Use the arms, use the bed. Pull yourself up from your core. Very nice. And take it back again. It is really difficult to organize the body to keep going steady while you're working this weight of your torso down and then up. So I absolutely recommend practicing it at home with the wall. Or you can even do it with a friend and you have your feet together, right? So we go back. The main thing is really protect the lower back, but keep lifting the tail as you go down. And then come up and pull with the head, pull with the abs, work with the hip flexors. And then the heels lower, you open the knees, and dive over and down. Dive the spine bottom to top, find your balance point here. And now we're going to curl the tail up, look down, and you can push the legs away as you go down towards the ground. Now, ideally, you want your heels to touch when the tip of the blades do, and then release yourself down. Chin to chest, look at your abs, so just scoop the legs from underneath, bend them as you want, 2, coming into your balance point. And we'll do that again. Tuck. Work your way down, around the spine as much as possible. Keep lifting the tail more than you think you should until you get down to the base of the ribs. All the way down, and then up once more. All right. And of course, I said if you wanted to not use the bend, you could start at the top, curl the tail, work your spine down only as much as you want to. If you're coming from fully onto the ground, you lift your head, neck, and chest, you slide the arms forward, imagine weights in your hands, that you slide up your legs until you lift into your T-zone. Good. And then bend your knees, run forward, and dive over the space of 2 minutes. We start this one coming up, and here we're going into hip circles. So we'll just roll back and then have your elbows on the mat. So curve your way back, slide the elbows behind you. And once you're here, you want to really sort of drape your body into the curve of your spine. So it helps to think of tucking and pulling back with your waist and your rib cage. So you feel like you've got a little traction in here for the back, right? Now pull the right knee into your chest. Exhale, pull the left leg in. Extend the legs up to the ceiling. So this is like corkscrew, but with your chest in the air, looking at your abs as you circle legs over to the right. Now we are going to let your hips move a little here. So circle, go low, out to the left, and around up to the sky. And then inhale to the left, exhale around. Try to keep pulling the waist down so your spine is in a curve. Lift the legs up. Bend the knees if you need to. Right, you don't have too much weight away from the center. And then we go left. Exhale around to the right. Massage up the back here. Lift the legs. Let's do one more. Keep lifting the head. Keep lifting the chest towards the thighs. And we do the last one from left to right. And up to the top. So bend your knees and we'll come on up. We'll grab your roller for swimming with the roller, unless you'd rather do it fast. Personally, this is my choice. So as you lay your stomach, you extend the arms out, the roller halfway between elbow and wrist. Arms can be a little wider if your chest is tight. Let the head fall between the arms, ears between arms, and legs lengthen behind you. Keep pressing the top of the feet into the ground. We're going to pull the chest forward and up, and then start to kick the legs here. Work from the glutes, so not from the knees. The legs are straight. And then stretch it all out and lower it down. Push your lower legs, and let's sit back into child's pose again. Let it flow, curl the tail under, breathe into your back. And then we'll stack the spine coming up. And we have time to do a little plank. So let's do that. So you can start, let's just start with quad head. Now watch if you have bracelets or something on a watch, that it doesn't cut into your wrist. If you're tight through wrist flexion here and it bothers your wrist, you can roll your mat over or take a towel, and then you would have the heel of the hand on the rolled mat and the fingertips on the floor. So otherwise you just spread your palms into the ground, bring your shoulders right over your wrist and your knees under here. So let's extend the right leg back and lift the leg up at the glute. Keep your hip bone grounded, like it's still parallel to the floor. And then the left arm reaches forward and you stretch out. So this is called different things. Pointer, like a dog, or flying table. Try to pull the heel of the right hand and the knee, left knee towards each other. And you can feel you're already building some strength into the shoulder girdle here. And then we lower the hand, lower the knee. And then the other side. So you can stretch the leg like that. Pelvis stays grounded, level here. You lift the leg up. And then reach out long with the other arm. So really reach across the room with the free arm and leg, and then pull the supporting arm and leg towards each other so it will feel like a connection diagonally across the core. Gaze is fixed and quiet. And then lower the hand down. Okay, if you're okay on your wrist like this, we can go into a full plank. If you feel more comfortable on your forearms, that's also a good option. So you spread your fingers wide, or you go onto your elbows, and then shift your weight forward, shoulders over wrist. Take one leg back, toes curl under, then the other one. Let's go into turn out with the legs, heels together, toes apart. And you try to maybe lower your hips so it's a straight line, like this plank on your back, from your head to your shoulders, to your tail, to your heels. Push the ground away and down. And your belly stays lifted into your back. You don't want to feel it set. Just breathe here. And the more you push down into the floor, actually, the more stable you'll be through your lats, through your serratus, through your external glutes. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Softly to your knees. And then sit back. I never say drop to your knees after having a yoga teacher do that in a class I was in, and I literally dropped and hurt my knees so much I couldn't believe it. It's like, oh my God, I can feel this little mind. All right, and then we end with seal. So sitting near the front of your mat. Does she feel strong after you do that? We always dread it in a way, but then it feels great when you're doing it. So wrapping the hands here, between the legs, around the ankles, curl the tail up to rope back onto your sacrum. We open and close the legs 3 times, clapping 1, 2, 3. Inhale to lift the tail, roll back onto your shoulder blades, clap 1, 2, 3, and come up and clap again. Keep looking at your abs, so you don't flatten your spine and make yourself into a board instead of a ball. So in the air, sometimes it helps to think of when you're rolling back onto your shoulder blades to lift the tail just a little higher and stall the body out while you tap. And if you can't tap 3 times, tap once or not at all. And maybe 1 more. Just be sure you end on a good one. No pressure. All right. So that is our class for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you anyone on YouTube for doing this with us. And enjoy this gorgeous day here on campus.